Good morning. Welcome to online video tutorials of Sai Vidya Institute of Technology for the subject software testing. Today we will be discussing about the decision table approach. So here we will be discussing what is a decision table testing means, and then we will consider an example of a triangle problem, and we will discuss how we will make use of the decision table to carry out the decision table based testing in order to derive the test cases. So we'll start with the concept decision table based testing. So decision table based testing. So what it is? Here it is a kind of approach to carry out the testing process. So we will use it to represent and analyze the complex logical relationships. So we will make use of the decision tables to analyze the complex logical relationships. So it is ideal for describing the situations. So it is a combination of actions are taken under varying set of conditions. So we'll discuss about it. So here in the decision table, what you will be having, it is having a combination of actions that you are taking based on a set of conditions. So that is what decision table will help you to represent the situation. That is how it will help you to represent the situations and the complex logical relationships. So in a decision table, we will be having four portions. So what it is? So first portion is called as the stub portion, and the another one is entry portion, and we'll also have the condition portions and action portions. So what is stub portion? So what you will be having in the table, in the left column, you will be having the stub portion, and in the right column, what you will be having, so that we call it as a entry portion. Then there is also other two portions, that is condition portion and action portion. We represent it as a c's and a's, that is c1 c2 likewise, and actions a1 a2 likewise will represent these conditions and actions. So now you can see here how the decision table will be. So it is a column in the entry portion that we call it as a rule. So we know that in the left column what you will be having, that we call it as a stub portion. So this is the stub portion, and this the right side, what we have right columns, we call it as the entry portion. So here the entry is what you will be making in the entry portion, that we call it as a rule. And you know that the other two portions are the condition portion and action portion. Here you can see that stub portion column, that we call it as a condition portion, and a1 a2 a3 a4 are the action portion. So here the actions are taken based on the set of conditions. So that's what here it said, it is a combination of actions are taken under varying set of conditions. So based on these conditions, you will take up the necessary action for the situations. Okay, so this is how the decision table will looks like. So now you can see one more point here, there is a don't care entry which indicates conditions doesn't apply. So here you can see the blank entries hyphen, you can see here in the rules 3 comma 4 and rule 7 comma 8. So this we call it as a don't care entries. Don't care entries in the sense these conditions doesn't apply. Okay, so there is no need for these conditions. So that is about don't care conditions or don't care entries. Now we'll consider a decision table for a triangle problem. So this is the refined decision table for the triangle problem. Now we shall see how the actions are taken based on the conditions. So here in the condition portion we are having 6 conditions, and in the action portion we are having 5 actions. So what are these 6 conditions? You know that in the triangle problem, so if you want to go for this triangle problem, so you should know what is the problem statement tells you. So in the problem statement they have given that, so you have to check whether the sides what you will be giving the input variables, for that what you will be giving the values, whether those three sides a b c, the values what you will be giving, so those three values form a triangle. And if it is forming a triangle, what kind of triangle it is that you have to solve. Okay, that is what your triangle problem states. The problem statements states you. So here, so to check that the whether the three sides are forming a triangle or not, we know that there is a condition for that. So what it is, so the sum of the two sides of a triangle should be greater than the third side of a triangle, or you can also state it in another way that side of a triangle should be less than the sum of other two sides. So that is what they have stated in the condition C1, C2 and C3. So C1, it is stating that A is less than B plus C is the now you have to check this condition. So you know that these are the rules. So what we have entered in the entry portion. So now for the C1, A is less than B plus C. If this condition fails, we know that if any one of these conditions C1, C2, C3 fail, in the sense it is not forming a triangle at all. So when this condition is failed, if A is less than B plus C, now when you are going to check it, so the condition is failed, in the sense what should be the necessary action that you have to make here. So it is not a triangle. Similarly, in the second rule, the condition 1 is passed. Okay, that is, it is true. A is less than B plus C. Fine. Now you are going to check with the second condition. Now B is less than A plus C. Now you are checking whether B is less than A plus C. So now this condition is failed. You know that if the three sides want to form a triangle, in the sense all these three conditions should be satisfied. If any one of the condition is failed, in the sense, so it is not forming a triangle at all. So the necessary action here we need to mark here is it is not a triangle. And in the third rule also the same thing, condition 1 and condition 2 is passed, that is, it is true, and C3, it is failed here. So as per we discussed now, so if any one of the condition failed, in the sense, so it is not a triangle at all. So now moving on to the fourth rule, here you can see that all the conditions are satisfied here. So what does this condition states? The C1, C2, C3 is satisfied, so it is forming a triangle. Fine. Now C4 is checking that A is equals to B. Yes, it is true. Next, A is equals to C. Yes, it is true. B is equals to C. Yes, it is true. So all the three sides are equal here. Then which kind of triangle it is? It is a equilateral triangle. So we are marking here the action A4. That is, it is a equilateral triangle. Similarly, for the next rule here, all the conditions are satisfied. So it is forming a triangle here. Now moving on to the C4 condition. A is equals to B. Yes, true. Now A is equals to C. Yes, true. But B is equals to C. It is false. So how it is possible here? A is equals to B. True. A is equals to C. True. Then by rule of transitivity, so this B should be equals to C. But here it is stated that the condition is failed here. So this scenario we can't have it. Okay, we can't give the input variables likewise. So this condition, this situation or scenario, it is impossible. Okay, so we are marking the action file, that is impossible. Similarly, with the next rule also the same thing. A is equals to B is satisfied, B is equals to C is satisfied, but A is equals to C is not satisfied. We can't have the scenarios, so this is also impossible. Next, moving on to the next rule, here the condition C1, C2 is C3 is satisfied, so it is forming a triangle. So C4, A is equals to B, true. Then A is equals to C is false, B is equals to C is false. So A is equals to B. So two sides are equal here. If two sides are equal, we know that what kind of triangle it is. It is a isosceles triangle. So we are marking the action A3. The necessary action here should be marked as isosceles, that is A3. Next, moving on to the next rule, the three conditions C1, C2, C3 is satisfied, so it is forming a triangle. Next, C4, A is equals to B, it is false here. A is equals to C, true. B is equals to C, true. So just observe this, A is equals to C, B is equals to C, in the sense A should be equals to B, but here they have stated, they have marked here A is equals to B, the condition is false. So this scenario we can't have this. Okay, so it is a impossible scenario. So the action we are marking here is A5, which is impossible. Next, moving on to the next rule, here the three conditions C1, C2, C3 is satisfied, so it is forming a triangle. Now we are moving on to check with the further conditions. So A is equals to B, false. A is equals to C, true. B is equals to C, false. So A is equals to B is false, B is equals to C is false. But A is equals to C is true here. So the side A is equals to side C. So two sides are equal here. So it is an isosceles triangle. Similarly with the next rule also, C4 it is false, C5 it is false, A is equals to B is false, A is equals to C is false, and B is equals to C. The side B is equals to side C. Then it is a isosceles triangle. So we are marking the action A3. Next, the last rule here, the three conditions C1, C2, C3 satisfied, so it is forming a triangle. Now go on checking with the other conditions. C4 A is equals to B, false, A is equals to C, false, B is equals to C, false. So all the three sides are different here. If all the three sides are different in a triangle, in the sense we call the triangle as a scalene triangle. So we are marking the action A2, which is a scalene. Okay, so this is how you are taking the necessary decision about the actions, what kind of action should be done, so based on the conditions. So we call it as a decision table testing, decision table approach. So far we discussed about the decision tables, how we will be marking the actions by based on the conditions. Now, how to derive the test cases, decision table test cases based on these decision table. We know that we are having the necessary conditions, and for that the subsequent actions are taken. Now go on with the test cases. We know that three sides are there, A, B, C. Now decision test case 1, DT1, that is the case ID what you have given for the test case 1. Now, what is the action you have taken here for C1, that is A1, that is not a triangle. So, what is the condition here? A is less than B plus C. Likewise, you have to give the inputs now. So, A is less than B plus C. So, if this condition is failed, in the sense it is not a triangle. So, here A is 4, B is 1, C is 2. So A is less than B plus C. 4 is less than 1 plus 2, that is 3. 4 is less than 3? No, right? So it is not a triangle. Likewise, for the rest of the actions, not a triangle, how the C2 and C3 have failed, that you are stating here, and looking into that you are writing the test cases. Now moving on to the DT4, so that is the equilateral triangle. So all the conditions are satisfied here. So looking into that, you give the inputs here. So A, B, C. So I have given 5, 5, 5 for all the three sides. So it is a equilateral. So you know that in the impossible case, you can't give the sides. So as they have mentioned in the condition, so you can't have that scenarios at all. Okay, so that's why we have represented it as in the question mark. Okay, so likewise, by looking into the decision table, you have to derive the test cases. So this is about a decision table based testing. Thank you.